Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my Monsterathon TBR video. I have decided to jump in on to Team Conspiracies because I love conspiracies and I have a big tinfoil hat and I'm a huge fan of X-Files and all things crazy and seemingly unbelievable. I pretty much believe everything. So yeah, I find it really exciting that there's an actual Team Conspiracies for Monsterathon, so I had to do it. Anyway, let's not make this video too long. Let me just go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty of it. Oh, also, I'm gonna leave the announcement video for Monsterathon down below, so check that out to get all of the details. Find out about the other teams that you can join on. There's a whole lot to this readathon, and I know I will forget something or mess something up, so please go watch the announcement video to get all of the correct information. Okay, so the first thing I need to read is the Team Conspiracies short story. Each team has their own short story that they've been assigned from the book Natural Creatures by Neil Gaiman, or edited by Neil Gaiman. I don't think he wrote all the stories in it. I think he picked the stories for it. So anyway, I just got that book on my Kindle, and the short story the conspiracy team has to read doesn't have a real name to it. It looks like a line with a dot in it, so we're just calling it The Dot. So I have no idea what that is about, but I am looking forward to it. The next thing is to read a book with a classic horror monster in it. And for this, I have two picked out, and I haven't really made up my mind yet which one I want to do, or if I'm going to try to do both. I don't know. I'm an incredibly slow reader, and September is going to be a busy month for me, so we will see how much of this I can get through. But my first pick is Dracul by Dacre Stoker and J.D. Barker. I absolutely love Dracula and vampire stories in general, and I was so happy when I saw this book come out, I think last year, but wasn't able to get to it, and so I think this might be the one. My other choice is The Wolf Gift by Anne Rice. This, of course, is a werewolf story, so very classic monsters. I've read the Witch series from Anne Rice and all the vampire books a long time ago, but I haven't read her werewolf stories. So again, this is something I'm really excited to get to. I just don't know if I can do it. And for the next prompt, which is read a book over 400 pages, both of these are 400 pages and would work for that prompt also. But I'm not sure if you are allowed to double up on prompts. They probably said it in one of the announcement videos or all of them, and I just can't remember. So if any of you guys know if I can double up, please let me know down below. But yeah, both of these books would work for either one of those challenges. I also plan on listening to Leviathan Awakes by James Corey. That is a space opera book, I believe, with aliens, I think, and that is a pretty big book too, so that would fit for this challenge. I'm reading that one along with Shades of Orange. She's doing a read-along of that book for the month of September, so I'm just gonna throw that in with this TBR as well because it would fit the challenge. Next is to read a book that will be classified under multiple genres, and this was a little bit iffy for me, but I'm gonna go with it and we're just gonna deal. So I'm picking The Mothman Prophecies by John A. Keel. This one is classified as a non-fiction book, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this is also science fiction because it really depends on whether you believe that the stuff in this book is true or not. If you don't believe the stories these people were telling, that it's definitely science fiction, so I'm combining both. This one is set in Point Pleasant, West Virginia in the 1960s, and it's all about the Mothman sightings that were happening. So yeah, I am a big fan of Mothman and cryptids in general, which is also kind of a conspiracy, right? So yeah, I'm definitely going to be reading this one. Alright, next one is read a book featuring monstrous humans, and for this I am going with a graphic novel that's called Edgar Allan Poe's Snifter of Terror. I just got this one from NetGalley, and I have to read it because there's a timeline for it, so that's why I'm throwing it in there. I don't really know all of the stories that are in this graphic novel, but he normally writes about really messed up people, so I'm assuming there's at least one story in there about a monstrous human. Next is to read a graphic novel featuring a monster. I am going with Cemetery Girl by Charlaine Harris and Christopher Golden. This is book 1 of the Pretenders series, and this takes place in a cemetery and it features ghosts. Next is to read a book that's been recommended to you by more than one person. That is going to be The Demonologist by Ed and Lorraine Warren. I love their stories, even if a lot of things are embellished and maybe they're not true. I still absolutely love the shit they come up with. Is psychotic, and I love demon possession type stories. So I think this has to do with The Conjuring, the story of The Conjuring, pretty sure. But this book was actually sent to me by my friend David, so thanks David. And I'm sure it's been recommended to me by other people because people know I really like this kind of stuff. So this is my choice for that prompt. The next one is to read a book that you've seen in an unhaul video, and I kind of feel bad, but I haven't actually watched unhaul videos. It's just not something I typically gravitate towards, so I don't have one for this prompt. I might try to find one later on in the month and see if I can come up with something, or if anybody knows if any of the books that I'm already choosing have been in a unhaul video somewhere, let me know. And the last prompt is for the Conspiracies team specifically, and that is to read a book featuring an alien, robot, or sci-fi based creature. And I'm going with another graphic novel, and this is the X-Files Classics Volume 2. I am sure there's going to be an alien somewhere in this book, so this is what I'm using for this prompt. If I read this book and find out there is no alien or sci-fi creature, then the Leviathan Awakes book would work for this as well, because there are aliens in that book, so I've got it covered. Also, if you guys know the answer to this, let me know down below. But for the Beast prompt, because you can get extra point if you read things that are specific to the other teams, but the Beast prompt says to read a book featuring a monster with plant or animal traits, and the Mothman prophecies would work for that, because Mothman is like a moth and a human who flies, and he has animal traits. So let me know if I can read this for my own prompt and double up with it for the Beast prompt, if that makes any sense, because I will add that shit if I can. I'm all about the Conspiracies team winning. Anyway, those are all the books that I have got picked out for this readathon. Let me know if you guys are joining in on the Monsterathon, and if so, what team are you going to be on? If you're on Team Conspiracies, you're obviously on the best team. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see y'all later. Bye.